All right, everybody. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. So you've heard, right? But mornings can be so busy that sometimes we miss eating, and that's definitely not a good thing. So joining us this morning is Ashley Danielson, a registered dietitian with Hy-Vee, to talk about the importance of eating breakfast, especially on Thanksgiving morning. So Ashley, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me. Good morning.
Good morning. So, all right, let's get right into this. So tomorrow, you know,
Yes.
Thanksgiving is a day known for just stuffing yourself during the Thanksgiving meal. So why is it important for us to actually eat breakfast tomorrow ahead of that big Thanksgiving dinner?
Well, it's a really great question. A lot of people tend to think that if they skip breakfast, then they can save themselves for that big meal. And of course, all foods fit all the time. And any holiday is a time to, get together with your loved ones and enjoy all of that food. But if we skip that breakfast piece and then we eat a really, really, really big meal, typically our blood sugars are going to be thrown off. Our energy levels are kind of all over the place, and we get that crash later on in the day. So eating breakfast actually stabilizes those blood sugars. So we feel good and consistent throughout the day. And it's really important to combine that protein and fiber piece. And I do have a recipe that I can share with you, and one that I made up of a great example of how to keep that protein and fiber together.
Right. And, you know, depending on when you wake up or how your day is, I know like we wake up really early around 2 or 3 in the morning. What's a good time for people to eat breakfast?
Well, yeah, it really depends. I mean, I'm up at like 4:30 in the morning. I'm usually working out in the morning. I try to get in a meal, a good hour after that workout, but get something in, within that first hour or two, maybe you need to drink some water, have a cup of coffee, but get something so that you feel you have that energy throughout the day, especially if you're eating, maybe an early or a late lunch or even a late dinner.
Yeah, and Ashley, you kind of mentioned this and you kind of hit it for me. So I think we're all kind of guilty of this, where sometimes in the morning we just kind of grab the cup of coffee and go. What are some
Yes.
things that we should be incorporating in our breakfast to make sure it's balanced and that we are, really set to go?
That's a great question. So I mentioned that protein and fiber combination. So, eggs are a really great example to combine with some veggies. You could do a smoothie and a whole grain piece of toast. You can do oatmeal, and I actually made this overnight recipe for today. So this is a raspberry protein oats. Really, really easy to make the night before. You combine milk and oats. I did throw some chia seeds in here. I put some vanilla protein powder, and then some frozen raspberries. And you let it sit the night before. In the morning, it's ready to go for you. So I put a little bit of peanut butter and frozen raspberries on top. And this included some chocolate dipped almonds, which is a little tasty treat. But this is nice, especially like if you're traveling Thanksgiving morning and you don't have time to put together a breakfast. Just throw them in some storage containers or a mason jar. And the recipe actually serves 6. So you're creating breakfast for your family, not only tomorrow, but any other time in the holiday.
All right. And just real quick, any events that can really help us kind of build on these healthy habits?
Yeah, exactly. I'm glad that you asked. In December, because we're already getting towards that month, we do have a gadget gift guide cooking class. So, of course, we're nearing the holiday with lots of gifts. So we are putting together kind of a how-to guide with things like a food processor or an Instapot or an air fryer. And then we also have these amazing virtual freezer meal prep classes every month. So 5 different recipes to feed 4 to 6 people, really, really delicious. And it's perfect for the holiday time because sometimes we just don't have enough time when we get home to make dinner. So those dinners are prepped and ready for you to go. You can find all of those on hyvee.com/health to sign up.
Awesome. I heard air fryer. I am team air fryer all the way.
Yes.
So thank you so much
Yes,
for joining
me too.
us